Accountability versus responsibility. People use these words like they mean the same thing. They don't. And confusing them is where leadership breaks down. The core difference? Responsibility is what you're assigned. Accountability is what you own. You can be responsible for a task without being accountable for the outcome. And that gap, that's where things fall apart. The hidden reality. Organizations are full of responsibility. Titles, roles, job descriptions. But accountability, that's rarer. Because responsibility can be delegated. Accountability cannot. At some point, someone has to say, this outcome is mine. Where this shows up in leadership. Leaders who operate only from responsibility say, this wasn't my role. I did my part. That's on them. Leaders who operate from accountability say, this didn't work, and I own that. What did I miss? What needs to change moving forward? One protects position, the other drives results. The truth most people miss. Responsibility focuses on tasks. Accountability focuses on outcomes. You can complete every task assigned and still fail the mission, because checking the box is not the same as owning the result. The shift. Leadership requires a shift from assigned to owned, completion to outcome, participation to ownership. It is the difference between being involved and being fully invested. Visibility. You can't lead at a high level if you are unclear on what you truly own. Where are you doing the work but not owning the result? Deferring when things go wrong. Waiting for someone else to take the lead, because lack of accountability doesn't just slow progress. Because the lack of accountability doesn't just slow progress. It erodes trust. Liberation. There is power in accountability. Because when you own the outcome, you stop blaming. You stop waiting. You take control of what can be improved. Accountability removes excuses, but it also removes helplessness. Transformation. Transformation happens when you shift from who's responsible to who owns the outcome. That's not mine, to what's my role in this result. I did my part, to did we achieve the result? This is where leaders separate themselves. Integration. The leadership reality. Here's the reality. At higher levels, no one cares if you completed your task. They care if you deliver the result. That's accountability. And strong leaders build cultures where ownership is clear and outcomes matter more than excuses. Final truth. Responsibility can be shared. Accountability cannot. And if no one owns the outcome owns you. Closing reflection. Where in your leadership are you holding responsibility but avoiding full accountability? And what would change if you owned the result completely? Straight talk. This is one of the clearest separators in leadership. People who stay at the responsibility level plateau. People who step into accountability advance fast. Because ownership is what drives results.